Imagine this. You've poured your heart into a project, given your absolute best effort, and yet the outcome is far from what you hoped. Maybe you failed an exam, lost a job opportunity, or a personal goal slipped through your fingers. The initial reaction is often frustration, disappointment, or even despair. You might feel like giving up, like failure is the end of the road. But what if failure isn't the enemy? What if, in fact, failure is one of life's greatest teachers? That is the Stoic perspective. Stoicism, the philosophy of resilience and clarity, teaches that failure is not the end but an opportunity to grow. It is a tool for learning, self-mastery, and preparation for the challenges ahead. It doesn't mean embracing failure for its own sake. It means learning to respond wisely when things don't go your way. So how exactly does Stoicism help us handle failure? Let's break it down. 1. Understand what you can control. The first principle of Stoicism is distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. You cannot control the actions of others, market fluctuations, or the outcomes of certain events. What you can control is your response, your effort, and your attitude toward the situation. When failure strikes, the Stoic asks, what part of this can I influence? What lesson can I take from this? By focusing only on what is within your control, you stop wasting energy on anger, regret, or self-pity. You reclaim your power. Practical step. After a setback, write down 3 things you can control moving forward. Maybe it's adjusting your strategy, improving a skill, or changing your mindset. Take action on these immediately. 2. Reframe failure as feedback. Stoics view every setback as a source of information, not as a personal indictment.
Failure tells you what doesn't work,
Where you need improvement, and which paths are worth pursuing. Practical step. For every failure, ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I do differently next time? How does this experience make me stronger? Instead of mourning the loss, you analyze it, extract lessons, and move forward with clarity. 3. Separate your identity from your outcomes. One of the most destructive patterns is tying your self-worth to success. Stoicism teaches that your value is intrinsic, not dependent on external results. Failing a test or missing a goal doesn't make you a failure. It's merely an event, separate from who you are. Practical step. When faced with failure, remind yourself, I am not this outcome. I am the sum of my choices, my effort, and my character. This mindset creates resilience and shields you from destructive self-criticism. 4. Practice emotional detachment. Failure often triggers intense emotions, shame, anger, fear. Stoicism encourages emotional detachment, not numbness. The goal is to respond with reason, not impulse. Practical step. When you feel overwhelmed by a setback, pause. Take a deep breath. Observe your emotions without judgment. Then ask, how can I respond constructively? This habit prevents rash decisions and promotes calm, measured action. 5. Embrace obstacles as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius famously said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Failure is an obstacle. Yes, but it is also the path to growth. Each challenge strengthens your mind, hones your skills, and teaches patience and perseverance. Practical step. When you fail, ask, how can this experience make me stronger or wiser? View each setback as a training ground for your resilience. 6. Maintain perspective. Failure feels enormous in the moment, but in the grand scheme of life, it is often small. Stoics train themselves to view events from a broader perspective, reducing the emotional weight of setbacks. Practical step. Imagine looking back on this failure 5 years from now. How significant will it be? This exercise helps diminish panic, stress, and unnecessary despair. 7. Focus on effort, not outcome. Stoicism emphasizes effort over results. You cannot control everything, but you can always control whether you tried your best. True success lies in consistent effort and virtuous action, not in achieving a specific outcome. Practical step. After a setback, evaluate your effort honestly. Did I act with discipline, integrity, and dedication? If yes, you have succeeded in a deeper, more meaningful way. 8. Build a resilient mindset daily. Resilience is not built in moments of failure alone. It is cultivated daily through reflection, discipline, and perspective. Stoics practice journaling, meditation, and self-inquiry to strengthen their minds against adversity. Practical step. Spend a few minutes each day reflecting. What challenges did I face today? How did I respond? How can I improve tomorrow? This daily practice compounds over time, creating unshakable mental fortitude. Accept what happens. Stoicism teaches acceptance, not resignation. Accept that life is unpredictable, that failure will occur, and that you cannot control everything. Acceptance frees you from frustration and allows you to focus energy on constructive actions. Practical step. Repeat to yourself, I accept what has happened. I will act wisely from here. This affirmation centers your mind and encourages forward momentum. 10. Cultivate gratitude for growth. Even in failure, there is something to be grateful for. Lessons, experience, and the opportunity to become stronger. Stoicism encourages gratitude as a tool to shift perspective and maintain optimism. Practical step. List one thing you are grateful for in every failure. Maybe the clarity it provided, the skill it forced you to develop, or the resilience it built. Gratitude transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Conclusion. Thriving through failure the Stoic way. To summarize, Stoicism equips us to handle failure with resilience, clarity, and purpose. Focus on what you can control. Reframe failure as feedback. Separate your identity from outcomes. Practice emotional detachment. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Maintain perspective. Prioritize effort over results. Build a resilient mindset daily. Accept what happens. Cultivate gratitude for growth. By applying these principles, you can face failure without fear, learn from mistakes without despair, and emerge stronger after every setback. Failure is not the end, it is the beginning of growth, wisdom, and self-mastery. So the next time life knocks you down, pause, breathe, ask yourself, what can I control? What lesson is here? How can I grow? Answer these questions consistently, and you won't just recover from failure, you'll thrive because of it. Stoicism is not a philosophy of avoidance or resignation. It's a philosophy of empowerment. By mastering your mind and your reactions, failure becomes not a defeat, but a stepping stone toward a stronger, wiser, and more resilient you.